Morning everyone, back on it again this morning, and just give you a little bit of a recap what I've done the last few days, because I haven't really done much videoing in the last few days or week. So this is excuse me, coughing and falling over things. Right, this is the entrance so far. I've rendered up with a base coat on the cement on the right there, so hence that's a slightly different colour to the limed version. And I've also put in a timber here which has been levelled off, and that's going to be part of the door frame, or that will be a door frame, so the hinges will go on there. And I've just put some rendering today in between there on that little gap just to fill that in. Just come around on the inside. Yep, so I've done all down there. Getting all round the backs there has been really a bit of a problem, but I've done it. And yeah, I've just rendered up on the inside of this post, which is going to be part of the door frame, so that's bang on level, that is. The rest of it isn't, but that is. So that's looking good. Just need to fill up a little bit of a void up here because I've run out of sand. And the rest of this will be lime coated up when it warms up a little bit more, so I'll choose another day for that. But anyway, that goes off really quick. This is still drying off this side. Did this about a week ago now, and that's still literally still changing colour, so that's evolving, and eventually that will match up to the top there. So I've still got bits to do up here because I've actually run out of sand, so I'll get cracking on that shortly. And that's really weather dependent because I don't want any frost for that. So that's looking good. Yeah, so that's the inside. I need to put another pillar like this one go on the other side here, and that'll be the other side of the door frame. So the actual door aperture is 800mm wide, approximately, give or take a few centimetres. So what I'll do is I'll put that pillar in on the right hand side when I've actually got the door frame down here, and when it's actually fixed to this side here with its hinges, because I don't want to put it in yet, because sod's law, I'll be completely wrong in terms of dimensions. So it's easier for me to screw up the door onto that side and then match it in with the timber on the other side. So yeah, it's coming on. I'm just had a bit of a sweep round this morning. This side's drying up nicely. There you go. It's a little bit rougher up there, that render, and I think it's just the sand on it. I don't think it's the same mix. Not the same mix, but the same batch. And yeah, this wall's dried up really nice. Give you another view from it so you can see the sort of contours. Just plugged in some gaps, or that hole there with a nice big dowel. Yeah, this is coming on really good. It's drying nicely. So once that cement coat goes off, I'll be able to lime it, but as I say, that's really weather dependent. And yeah, front's almost done. Need to stick a timber down this left and right side on that plastic. I'm going to cut a timber in half and literally just screw it to there, just so it's got a nice round facing timber on there. Just pretty it up a bit, because that plastic, although it's functioning, it's not very pretty. But on the ends there, I'll probably just leave it as plastic. I'm not really too bothered, because the water's just got to run off that and just rot any timbers. So I'm better off just leaving it as it is. But yeah, it's coming on really well. It's actually looking like something. Shame we've got the rest of it to do. I'm going to carry on round here next, finish this planking, and I just put a timber in here because I just need to work out where a window's going to go. And this is going to be like a slightly sticky out shelf part. But I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this yet, because this area hasn't really worked out the way I wanted it to be, so there's a little bit of a tactical thought on that one. Just come round. Still got rendering to do up there. Get to it eventually. And yeah, this is the dilemma I've got at the moment, so I just need to work out how to put a window in this aperture. Do I push the window further back, or do I have it sort of essentially immediately under this timber? I think it's going to have to go back slightly. But anyway, that's going to have to be for another day. Yeah, that's it so far. I'm off now. Got to be picked up. But that's dried up really nicely. Got a few little cracks in here. You can see that. Possibly because that's a finer sand mix. And definitely lime render, you're better off going for a coarser sand. But on the other hand, it's a little bit more tricky to get a nice finish, because that's come off really nicely. And I've got to lime up the tops there, so I've got to do that really before I do this window part, because I won't get in there. So I'll have to get cracking on that fairly soon. But that's it for today. That's the roof space. It's not a roof. There's no roof there. But tarps are holding out. I've got a few holes in them. I need to get a few more. And what I'm going to probably do is just bite the bullet and invest in 10 sheets of 12mm 8x4 sheets. So if I can get 10 sheets, my theory is I might be able to cover this portion of the roof, but I won't actually know until I start screwing it down. Anyway, I've got to shoot. Battery's about to go off, and that's it for another day. I'll come back to you shortly. Take care. Bye.